So. Okay, so it's quite dark right now. But I think I wanna just turn on my toddler light because I can't see myself even the asterisk. I'm not sure about the luminous color. Yeah, I hope I'm not and not naked. I'm as opposed to now men are out to W should be coming where anything else waist like to the ribs shows the asterisk like from the roof cage where they start and ends. That's like a top like here tomorrow toplessness. They can wear the vest. I mean I don't care what the best we have to put on time and probably. The what is the white vest that covers the top, full top and just the path from the stomach up down up that should cover to give up. I don't even have anything so basically today's video is time. Now is the 12th of January 1926. Easy to write my suggestion. Invisible ink. Not really. This is a Mmuko journal. So it will be all in my personal tier 3. See the corn projects literally this Obi only cause I'm OBR, he's powerful. So as Obi, I want to introduce you to my white room. So if you remember the github.com/open signal, imagine if you walk into a room and walk into my room. The white room in my mind and what the components are. For example, I have the kind of camera in my mind, Pula camera and it works. Now I know what all the components are made of and the room copper, gold and it's just procedure like a blueprint, you walk into a blueprint room. So the white room is what I call can go to the white room or the Bluetooth room because you just know all the information that I stepped the color of the Polaroid camera. I'm definitely. But it's like assembly instructions assembled. So the goal of this white room is. You have to have a science them, so any kind of foreign technology, anything that's old even has a wide result. Things that are not native to organization. They are placed in a white room and they are assembled now, right? And they never leave that one room to the assembled. Who knows something in the room. This is the assembly. It's the assembly room and the assembly room for the dangerous things. So can see what are things actually match the schema how they actually are, but things. So the white room should be. For like all the old tech we have Nigeria so things that we know so we never lose how to do so we can log in and we had a microphone. So the white room is not a group room and no one should be met in the white room. It's a storeroom. You actually just, obviously the more of which you run right on the white room, the more young code. Into the wars beyond the white room is therefore that thing for the purpose of assembly and disassembly seamlessly. It's about my production system. So you can have a computer assembled something in the kind of thing. But this video is really on the white room. So all the blueprint room. Cause the blueprint, this will just make sure you can put it together. How fast it's gonna and it's not so good because if Azza enters my room, he's gonna get lost. So he's not allowed to be there. So you have the people that are there that gonna know what's really in them. You're not being able to expect. So people like who's a king or leader is not even know how anything to do with them that kind of. So it should look me in. Give her the calm that was looking at so this was the time. So let's look at so I'm back on the repost job. So a beast trying to not dark cause obtain dumb because he can creams off and break himself and that's all orbit stress. So all the sort of journalist reality as OBR. Personal or I'm trying to cause this is Obi-Wan. Obi can create and destroy everything and nothing what a buyer creates obviously destroy what a buyer gives obesity. It doesn't matter what I give you anything, I can take it away. You know I'm saying because you know cause you know I made that thing and you said, cause you know I know where you. So I'm trying to give people more freedom via the Abit 3 project, you know. So yeah, but you know the problem with this. I have to make sure I can never take it away and say if I can increase something, I can destroy it. But I don't destroy this. I want to create stuff cause, you know, I don't go mad. So that's the time. So the kind of thing I'm doing is out of my soul. That's also a Biminobi, Mr. Hot, and so I'm giving my people everything, my nothing before my everything. You know what is nothing still can store everything and then nothing, which is everything. That's gonna start understanding me Obi so basically. So this is me, I am Tripler. This is so basically I have open death which is open definition because so this definitions are not just standard ontological definitions for a new divergent mind. So cause we could, we have a reality so can show people our relative this open death reversal. But the open T1, the T1 open different country is just a glossary of terms, you know, so phenomenological function I verified with, you know, the internal state is contextual refreshing this is a coherence operator. Basically, it's plus and times. And that's a union. So the shared interest of the union, and that's what the union model is. So if you have an additional there are 4 under model. What are you doing around the problem or doing some kind of a rhythmic problem in geometry? They are using Cartesian polar system. You can solve that from algebraically and they share phrases that's called the union does and these joints which are subtraction and division and get the intersection between those operations and that data and those are the coherent. The data is coherence across sparse models of that from whether you are using a condition plane or less do the work on the lattice. So the lattice is a core goal of this. They are geometric. In the work on lattice principles, the framing is on the lattice. You know, that's always the problem. So this is the kind of. So because of the thing, this is 26. So we are trying to, you know, I'm gonna give definition of things like a love. Hey, you know, there's a 4 type of love. Love for friends and family, love for brother and sister, love for friends and family. This is one love and then love for God. Or leaders cause it can be leaders someone with the or a love for a wolf or husband or wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, a lover or one more love for God, neighbors also friends for neighbors. But you know what are we talking about when I using a contact sum that kind of a contest which one of them you know, it's kind of inverse. So that's. And open desk is free forever cause I don't wanna be mistaken as it will be. So the career operator, my pheno data, a pheno data of pheno large E data account is bearing unit data. You're encoding both objective information and observation frame. Combining every 3 would try indexing to reserve normal. So you got the phenomenology term. This is this that we all perceive. You know, we all interact with them. You know, this can be meta profiles the ocean, but you know, observing this data because we share the phenotype. Type and the female value and we have a token kind which is an **** room. Our token type to the 2 type of information we can have. Is it as part of some or is that thing is it one thing one unit is one entity is or is it part of the entity as a component of that entities? The open the temporal gating a temporal or conditional modulation function control information flow between. Basically this is to do doing down, but to do gates. So the gates are in between the to do action to do. Doing gate 1 gate 2 can I have aspirational gate or and a foundational game? I think Griffin in between control information to do gate 1 am foundation a while achieve this day for this talk for this time. Small goals on especially this more like this is how I work with specific measurable achievable risk in time. But and then instead of 30 minutes time and if I finish the foundation course, I move to aspiration goes because they link cause I'm triply so cause they depend on angles on how you attain the problem can quit the categories for it cause you have 3 gates. If you like boy you see good for them. Only for if you didn't drink it, just use sex. It's like tagging the first goal the second goal. And how did the product life breath work? We didn't talk. Things are easy to do. Breathing life 2 days, you can breathe in life again. This was to life and work. If there are operations in the real world, because you can work on princess and then you can go to doing, but you can use it as a canvas system. Oh, and Azure system it really skills because it allows you to switch contours, observation and error virtual operation. So basically this is an OEE observation. Basically it's a trial and error trial position. This one is Truman's model that it takes evaluate and mitigate the coherence events within dynamic systems before cascading failures. So this is an active system. So it is still active system that observes and never acts until it needs to. Because it's basically safety quick communication for human in the loop operations. That's a cool thing cause real world system, humans are just walking about, and they're noise to a system that is mathematical in a sense that they are just everywhere and they can call this stuff without knowing that doing the stuff in them, they can make some move because computers just do the job. They can misclassify something, and act on it. So that's what mistakes is an obvious one because so the goal of this open depth is to ensure that ontological and serve the purpose and they have a job to do this. Open definition of Oscar P for Papa E for escort N for number D for Delta E for Echo F. For France, this is definition, this is just the first, but this is audio, this is gay team, this is OEE, this is example. You can use it. So you can find terms can I call, can you spell it on our version definition, concise operation, medium, scope of use framework. So this account and from an EO system, well, because when you say I love an EO system, you're giving it a noise cause an E system doesn't feel love. It must respond adequately and that we don't want it to give yourself a heart attack and give you love the wrong love. The one you're not asking for. Okay, Buddhist open PR so this open peer review. So open PR again is literally mission statement. This is saying it's like you. Screw what the division is cause I want to go to have more divisions so I can stand a new different mind because I have one. System fails to validate innovation will be considered peer review infrastructure that prevent intellectual integration. Cause open dev is so important to me because I define stuff by classification. How I first interact with them, doesn't matter, cause I've never seen something. I'm like an open sense classifier, cause it doesn't matter. It's been the news or not if it's gonna come that's the classified from my phrase or reference that's all we cause I have to have multiple references to do and that's what open def is meant to do open this is decentralized definitions perform people that they can help me and that's what open PR matters so kind of commute so you can see what's the worst road was know what's possible, what's fake news. And what's useful was not so we're going to be good journal, which has a tracing paper, which one? We talk about this thing, The legal journal has an RGB, color pen, red, green, blue, K. Remember, offer and Kate alpha is the white color and Kate is the, gray color among great tint of gray. You know that. So the kind of the rice and the dog, basically you can have one page. They can write in the dark right at night with the ink and go right. Of that's the goal of this person, the physical journal, because it's a tablet, you interact with it cause we obviously, as opposed to I'm not the same, okay, we're not phones in condition, but the phones are more on microphones, so I want you guys to have microphones, so you have to have a 3-computer system, you have a tablet, so you have a tablet which journal, your journal is portable. You have a laptop, can put it with your laptop and put your laptop back and off you go, carry it in your bag, and holding your back and carry away your that's something cause your laptop is your make work system, but you're going to use one hand, one eyes as a policy and just to wrap up everything so you should know difference using your laptop metabolism cause the microwave tablet is the one gonna write on and it can reflect cause you can't separate the tone. So your journaling of your life is because you continue doing any time to mix it. Now do some drawing and that's what you got, drawing the first proof on drawing stuff that actually interaction with the journal. The journal is a physical tablet and it can be printed out. And that's the kind of idea. It's meant to use your open motor to ensure that, scratches. And it is also the kind of basically it's like a dense force of ideas in your head, but you can't see it cause you're in a dense force. You don't know, you're in desperate, Until you take out your pen and write down things around you or you start to still connections and those connections can give you ideas. So those are it doesn't matter. Right when you look around can separate. It's the computers are component diseases. So because there is jungle in your head, that thing is full of ideas. I'll put the reference, but you don't know you're not doing until you take it. I just take a step back outside the jungle of your head and relax in color. I said, oh yes, I see this point of no, you have a flash. Oh, this is an idea and where was I united become a because you become all around you. You just don't see them because you are state in a still state of government boards or like different. Through my mind not to look for those ideas or you don't care. You just need to know you have an idea to go, something to do, you try something new. But everything around you is just a framework for a student. I'm looking outside. I'm kind of tracing branches and you just give me examples of some this is really want some this the branches here. Can you see them guys? See the branches are there, but they are outside this room and they're not there. Of course, the first death and they're beautiful, but I'm seeing that I'm in them but I can't. I don't know. I'm in there. I am just out there. But always out there. But all be can crystal. So the goal of Obi now is to create all this stuff again. But literally not breaking, cause how can you? That's my ultimatum. How can I create all this stuff around me? The trees, I didn't build the world, but when I have to keep learning, so how can I make it true? The simplest way you can train is to see the sapling of the tree. See, I'm planning ground and get a tree back on the seat. And as I know that what that makes a really what broken something from a tree problem will be. So I'm trying to, as always, give you guys a consensus free of charge forever to document your world reality wherever you may be. Because the white room can have seat in the ground. The goal is to have something new in the white room via the blueprints we have already. So things like the artificial gestation system can have encoded children. Oh wojuda gge make up in the kind of system so you know that you are having a black child that's been taken by this alpha system cause you just leaves you so difficult. The point of problem cause the point of problem if you're living you're breathing if you're don't leave me alive means your freedom. So you're living and you're breathing. That means you're alive. You know you're alive cause you're doing two things at once, but you're not doing it to your person. So you don't need to work some. Once you start working, you have some stress and you know you get some back pain. So the goal of this is to ensure that the children can do this and effectively. Before the turn 8 years old cause I wanted to come to work at a get ready to be ready free to work on at 4 and 9 years old. Instead of working the ship at 9 years old of myself, some try and work for him. So every child is by work experience at 9 years old in their own father's mother's facility for women will be different. Moon will get a muscle of 10 years old to start. But I have to do a 1 year. So, cover 9 years old, just get away. But I work for 2 years, so you have to do the 10th of November, 2012, so 9. So the most you can do is to turn 13 and that's 3 years of work. As a child, but you have to work authentically cause I told, it's not allowed to work. Be allowed to work for your mother and your father. And that's the only policy I'm forcing. You have to do that thing, cause I did it and I loved it. You're gonna try to work it out so you can open your eyes and spend your whole year that's good, I don't want you guys to work when you're child. But I did it and I loved it and I saw alternative to physically to education and that's opened my eyes some a lot because my drawer drove me all the way from his Lagos to his any group and I saw land, I saw children, I saw things, I saw older people's reality, I experienced new stuff and that's what I was going to do. I was selling fire extinguishers. I gave them for free guys. And my dad said no, don't give them for free. And then I said oh, but this guy had the coupon. I said yes, don't give us. Basically this guy had a coupon, but basically I think that was forged and that's how lens comes well, so I still learned about the world running, but I made a mistake as a child or dad corrected me because if I give him. So the white room is essential. The tripler is essential because I'm tripler. So I have 3 reactors, but I have a 4th reactor buffer. Reacting that refrigerant is like a what anybody wants to put down, turn down quickly. And that's why I have 4 reactors, 1. Because I don't like, but I think Ferrari is what makes me unstable, so it's what I'm doing. So the white room is almost his policy. We have to have that and the grey room, looking room, white room, green room outside them. And open death is a policy of the other all the time, and we have to have the RGB card invisible in color. And we have to have that as a policy, good. Basically the land does not be so many to go to. Basically that land is basically an area not allowed to go to, but they like to go through on the ground. So basically it's tough in the center expands our circuits, the areas like, 2nd of bonkers on. So the banker zone is not just your house, If you just get your ugly the book is all the kids you have like RGB color model which is 360 so you have an area in between 0 and 118 which is response from the center 217. On the ground. So IT projects on the ground and that's but it produces the land. And so if you can simply if you're red and you're blue, red missile is moved away, blue means something is going to close to you. The point of that is sick and that's science. That iron pointer is on the ground. And it goes on the ground, so it's red, blue, red, so red, green, so red, green, blue. And that's 1 point. Red green is signed green, blue is yellow. Blue awful or kilo is CYNK, magenta, magenta and K is Kimakoko which is black or grey or alpha CYMK. I would you be a cause you know, the pointer matches the same something, but that's the on the ground complex. You know, it's basically for you know, people are that are hospital, but it's on the ground, you know, and you know the hospital. Hospitals on ground as a policy organization, cause I don't want anybody going to kill my children. I don't like that. And it's only this is like a city crew measure. The land seems barren. It's like a front, but it's like it's Barrett. It's not as bad. The line is free because you go to them, but the land is on growth of soliciting, so it's just not hard to infiltrate cause you all have to go through the and that's what I'm building for security measures, cause I'm claiming after I have 80 my rights and that's why I have to prove this from my work. So other people adopt it. If I learn about doctor because you should not consume the kind of things. If you have children, your children are on the ground, you know where they are. The trains are on the ground for them, you know, but you can come to the surface as well. I can use it to go on the ground too, but it's just safety. It's a safety net because it has to be bought by pint. So kind of idea for example, if you have for 1500 meters on the square level to half of that 1/3 of that of the area on the surface level that can lead on the ground. So let's do the math now. 101,000 asterisk 500. Which is 1. This is a 500,000. F3 this is 166 which is 1 m²2 in area. Now this are 166 1666 and 166,666 is just one area. Okay. I divided by 3 but that's 3. Should I divide it by 180 or should I divide it by 90? But I'm trying to find out how the red, green, blue this is. So there are 3 quantities of a red, green, blue. So this year 3 angles and those 3 angles will be a sine. Is it white, a cosine? Basically we'll have a second cosecant, because it's a cosecant is y/x now, sequence is y/x, which have the area, but of course you get this x/y. So if I have the consequence of 3, what should I be consequent of 3? Consequence of #3. 3, I find a cool signal of this. 3 of. Okay, so the code sequence of #3 is 19, but these 3 of it's just 3 units 3 times 90 asterisk 45. 90, so you go 90 which is 1000 no divided by 1. Basically, I'm trying to have this computer because you know that the kind of system must never because you know cause I'm saying try again. So 1000. So 500 asterisk 1000 this would be 500. This is one compound. Now this compound has a problem divided by 100 because I'm trying to separate it in divided by 1000 so they will never be 10 because I'm trying to divide by 1000 cause not 100 could not be a passage reserve. This is 10% stability so you can get on the ground. So 5,000 500,000 /1005. 0000, hello. It's 500. Yes, I'm hello. Yes, what? Things. Yeah, yes. I'm busy though. Thank you. You the camera. No, I use it. I use it. Yes. Okay, cause I'm streaming. Thank you. Thank you. Have a lovely evening, Priscilla, thank you. It's less 500 and 500, so 500 is RGB. So this is the 10% stability to get on the ground and not die by guns. And so it's kind of like a system of safety. Basically it's a sign of this is where you can get to the bunkers. So that'd be 500 meters squared, and that's the maximum area I'm allowed in for you to get into safety from their reference point in the bunker anywhere. So we have a measure of red. Red means you're moving away. Green means you're going to. It's one person. 11 people enter into an interim because red, green, blue. Blue means a group of people are moving to safety. You know, because it doesn't matter what they are apart not, but they have to go on. They're all there coordinated, so. A 500, it's just a meters, it's just where the 60 feet, so they have to be be nice. So if they are 10% of this divided by 10, so red. So if obviously you have a measure of people based on radio. So if they are system, the emission booklet, but if you want the word about, you know. Anyway, the question must be done. So 500/10 I will give you 5,000, 500/1000 will give you a 505. But red means the new. So these people are danger, a danger cause they are moving away, or they danger, or they cause they want them to go away. So kind of things to measure the kind of ratio. How would I measure this with the radiation? So I don't know. So this is it. So for this point, 500 meters. Well, it's just the area you know of. So I think I could do start time sign. So time sign. So basically at the time, so divided by 180 * 90. So if I times this by 90. This is basically a time sign, like a cause sign with the distances to change. So this will be sigma, the second is a y over external sign or second. So this is second times sign. So building 500 times sign. No to term sign dot 5. So this is angry in the grays. But this is the radium, no. So I have to do angles in the medium. Cause not a reading will be so degrees of radium. Let me so we have the radium. Let me just find out the calculate degrees of radiant again, degrees to radium. So 1 degree. So basically we start with 45, so we're gonna try to. For 5 degrees is 0.7856. 3 radians, and this is the minimum aligned to come, and so times there's a 0 point times 0 point. 500 * 0.7. This is a ratio. 539. Hey, not what I'm saying, but this would be Segal. I can do clothes on, which is Y, but secret is Y/X. So this sign, which is sine of tans cosine but the code sequence is a sine cosine X of Y, but rise of the Ram. So it's something to seek him. The code tangent will be. Basically the tangent will be the difference 1 of the tangent. Tangent would be the kind of systems on the surface. It would be a dimension. So we mentioned the perimeter of the dimension. So I use the code on Jim, which mean this is measurement of the so acts of X times. That basically used to be immersion of X * Z, but this is basically X * Z, you know, basically to be the 1. So basically this is, you see, this is 1. So this is called tangent of 5 degrees, so 500 times cotangent of 5 degrees of freedom was 0.785. 930 time accurate is 1.000000326, and this is me is I can observe someone coming to take a birth if they are safe. I know if I know this person. This is an acronym, this is a message. This machine is to position of 1 to 3. So as a policy of 15, so this will be 15 zeros to verify that 15 0 is the minimum you know in the worst case, and 45. Depending on the pro course being used. So okay, I'll make it for 5 decimal places cause I don't want to talk to 15. Minimum about 10 to 15 just for the right people are in the right place in the hospital to get a person as they are being moved. Watch via radiography. Cause this cotangent is mathematical verification of something that is moving away. Cause you know, it's gonna, this is gonna be a way of YouTube because it's not minor. So it could be minor. So this is just a number to get cause you know the red is gonna move away. So this number means that something is dead and it's not moving. But basically I introduced the world's rights program. So green will mean something is moving close up and something is not hostile. So when do something is really close and it is hostile, and say some blue means something is moving closer, or the first is something moving together and it's a group of people but they may be hostile or not, we don't know. You know, left Holocaust. No, we have 3 cars and we have the science, the same points that will give us the full information for red and green, blue and red and green and blue. And then cause they have to rotate. They have to do a rotation. Basically I'm using the 3 node to model this normally. So say and so this was them. So this was them. So the kind of this is the one of a pi of a sex of a. This is how we convert between a ring and phrase. Understand? Thank you. So the good of this is use the RGB RGR, red, green, blue alpha spectrum to model this is a aquatic quantization algorithm that it takes how a dimension how actors behave when they are not being watched. On the look of him up, but the goal of this algorithm is literally for the negative space. So the white space is preserved and that white space is the lack of activity in the area. Nothing is on the surface, but on the on-run of is busy. So the which is the hospitals and the so commission that we the people there are safe. Okay guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. 8 days that expose the belly anyone and everyone meant. 40-year-old.